Okay, it's recording. So this video, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be meditating for an hour. Now, you might be thinking, why is this a fear exposure? Why does this take any courage at all? Well, the reason is growing up in the church, we were always taught, or there was a strong inference that meditation and anything to do with Eastern practices or Buddhism or Hinduism or anything like that, but especially like I would say yoga and meditation were particularly forbidden or discouraged because the concept was that some of these Eastern practices can lead to demonic oppression or even, I guess, possession if you continued them for long enough. So what I wanted to do this for was, I mean, most people would probably say that this is, really easy and not difficult at all as far as the fear exposure. But for me personally, this is definitely something that I've been afraid of almost my entire life, to the point where I wouldn't meditate because even though I knew that there was health benefits associated with meditation, there's a lot of scientific literature saying that it has positive effects on, depression, anxiety, different like mental conditions, but mostly related to stress and decreasing stress. Even though I was aware of the literature surrounding the topic, this is something I put off for a very long time, because I was always in the back of my head. I always had the idea that, well, yes, I understand that there's a lot of health, benefits associated with this practice, but at the same time, this is an open door for demons and demonic imagery. And I don't think it helps that the church also promotes this, not usually from a place of understanding, but a place of ignorance, not because anybody's actually an expert on yoga and meditation that's in the church. I think it's more of a guy heard from a guy who heard from a guy who heard from a guy that meditation is bad. So now everybody assumes that, it's a bad thing, and that it automatically means that you're opening like a portal to demons. And I don't think that's true. And I think that, in the larger theme right now in my life, the idea is that if you're afraid of something, that's the very thing that you need to do, because you're pushing back against the fear. You're calling its bluff, essentially. You're saying that, even though I'm afraid to do this thing, I'm not pretending that I'm not scared, but I'm going to do it anyway, because on the other side of my fear is my greatest growth. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be meditating for an hour. I'm going to try to. I have the basics of how to do it. I think the goal is you're supposed to do something where, I guess, you focus on your breathing through your nose, like the breathing in and breathing out through your nose. I think that you're supposed to redirect your thoughts back to your breathing. If they stray, if you start thinking about something else, you recenter your thoughts back to breathing. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I've got my water, I've got nothing else with me. So yeah, we're going to start with the Dune Litany, which is, I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. And when the fear has gone past, I will turn the inner eye to see its path. Where the fear has been, there will be nothing. Only I will remain. So with that in mind, we're going to start. I've got the timer going, so we're going to do a time lapse of it.
during the meditation. And initial thoughts are, I mean, the first thing I obviously noticed was that I was just uncomfortable in certain positions, like having to sit for an hour in the cross leg position can be kind of hard on your back and your butt, as I learned, which is why I had to change positions a couple times, and like kneeling on my feet caused them to fall asleep. So that was just like the practical side of it. As far as the actual meditating itself, I found it also hard because my mind just naturally wanders a lot. I think about a lot of things, during the day. And so when I'm sitting still and trying to I guess the whole idea of meditation is you're trying to clear your mind, which is kind of difficult for me. So I found myself just thinking about like a whole bunch of different things, and I had to constantly bring my attention back to my breathing, and I just kept like focusing on my breathing, and then it got better. I was able to like refocus my thoughts. But overall, yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was a good experience. It was kind of relaxing at the end. I found myself when the timer went off, I was like, oh man, I almost didn't want to stop because it was it's very relaxing, and it's kind of, you almost get sleepy. I don't know if that's normal, but for me, that's kind of what I experienced. So, I'm good. That was a good experience. No demonic possession that I can tell. I'm not speaking Latin backwards or levitating as of right now, but if that changes, I'll definitely make sure to let you know. And all right, so this is me signing out. Be courageous, and I'll see you guys next time.